Hello, dear friend, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for the last full week of December. We have some pretty big events like the conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn. This is a major event that can hopefully change things for the better. We also have an intense combination between Mars and Pluto. There will be a square which may bring some tension, some potential confrontations and issues. So we definitely need to discuss this aspect. But we have some pretty positive Uranus energy. The Sun, which by the way ingresses Capricorn, so that's another important thing we'll talk about. Around the end of the week, we'll have a trine with Uranus. Mercury will do the same. So lots of changes, some excitement, some tension, as we said. But the good news is that specifically on the 24th and the 25th, Christmas Eve and Christmas, we will have some positive aspects. So hopefully the atmosphere will be more relaxed and positive. Before we dive deep into the week, I want to remind you that you can have the January 2021 calendar completely free as a PDF and a Google integration, Google Calendar. Check the links below, make sure to download it. And we start with Monday. This is the day when we have the biggest event. Jupiter will be in conjunction with Saturn in Aquarius. This is such a major astrology event that I have actually prepared a separate webinar about this aspect. So I won't talk about it because it's really long. It's really lots of information to be covered. I'll make sure to link the video below. Make sure to check it out. So big changes, especially in the social area, especially when it comes to the vision about the future. Check it out. It's quite interesting and informative. You will also learn how this conjunction can affect you personally. The other big event on Monday, and boy, we have many of those at the very beginning of the week. So the next one is the ingression of the Sun. The Sun is moving to Capricorn. Well, that's a pretty different position. Recently, we had the Sun in Sagittarius, so it was more about some dreams, some goal setting, great time to visualize the future. But now with the Sun moving in Capricorn for the next 1 month, we need to be more practical, to concentrate on some concrete tasks, to be very logical, responsible, and to really follow our or commit to our promises. The Sun in Capricorn is great for some business goals, for focusing on our responsibilities, and also looking at things from a more practical perspective. So not just to visualize them, but actually to plan the execution of our goals and desires. So overall, the next 1 month brings a more serious atmosphere for all of us. The other thing specifically about Monday is an interesting aspect between Venus and Uranus. This aspect can bring some emotional excitement, some surprises. At first, it might feel kind of uncomfortable, or there could be some kind of really unexpected surprises that may even feel kind of shocking. But this is an aspect that over time can bring you some freedom, some liberation, and as we said, also definitely some excitement. On Monday, also, the Sun has a positive aspect with Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. I find this quite amazing. There is a semi-sextile, which can help us to use this powerful Jupiter-Saturn energy into something maybe more personally important for each and every one of us. And as you may guess, this can be very personalized. So we can't assume what that would be for each and every one of us. That's a personal task. So you need to find how you can use this aspect for something personally important for you. But overall, it's a supportive energy for some business tasks, for some goal setting, personal wishes, and so on. Mercury in Capricorn also has a positive aspect with Saturn, great aspect which can help us to be more logical, more structured, organized, and also a little bit more consistent. Great time if you want to plan something especially business related and something that requires more focus and concentration. With all of these practical things that are happening, at the same time, most of the day we have the moon in Pisces. So we may still be creative, we may dream, we can be more intuitive and sensitive. After 5 p.m., the moon is moving to Aries and the energy can become more dynamic, more intense. Overall, we may feel more motivated to execute, to do something concrete. The day is mostly beneficial for business, finance, relationship. I think we have a mistake here about communication. It's not unfavorable. It's actually a positive influence, or maybe, yeah, positive to neutral for communication. Creativity and spirituality are also some supportive areas. Okay, moving on to Tuesday. We have only two aspects on Tuesday, and they both include Venus. Venus, which is in Sagittarius, will have a minor challenging aspect with Mars, which is in Aries. This can bring some potential issues in relationships between men and women when it comes to romantic stuff, dates, but also when it comes to our desires and the actions we need to take. There could be a conflict. You may want to do something, but somehow you may not take the proper actions, or there could be another blockage, or maybe another reason why you feel you should neglect your own desires. At the same time, such a combination can lead to some impulsive decisions, especially when it comes to personal life or money. So make sure to be more careful, not to confront people, not to overreact. Keep in mind that the moon is in Aries, which actually increases the Mars energy. So we can be more uncompromising. We may confront others. There could be some anger issues that may also come up to the surface. So make sure to balance your own emotions. And Venus is having another challenging aspect, which triggers Pluto, minor challenging aspect, which can bring problems like jealousy, secrets, some emotional challenges or anger. And overall, this could be too intense. Overall, the day is kind of unfavorable for business, finance, relationship especially, and mostly neutral for the other things. But as long as you are committed, as long as you have a clear idea of what you want, those aspects may turn into something motivational for you. So as always, I want to remind you that it really depends on how we use the energies. After that, on Wednesday, we have actually the most intense and challenging aspect of the week, and also generally one of the most intense aspects possible. This is a square between Mars and Pluto. So those two planets share something in common because they are both related to our willpower. Mars represents our individual personal willpower, and Pluto is more the collective will. It's more socially group oriented energy. And what may happen is that, first of all, there could be a conflict between what we want and what the group or society wants. And we may also have some struggles with authority figures, whether this would be at work or with some maybe government institutions or some social ideas that we just don't want to accept. Now, currently, I think it's kind of a common theme for us, like regulations and restrictions and all of that may really cause some irritation and some serious discomfort. On the other side, this is also an aspect that can trigger some aggression, some violence, um, some tough connections and emotions. So please be careful how you treat yourself, how you treat others. You might overreact. On top of that, the moon is in Aries, so it's kind of like a gasoline in the fire. So things are really intense. We are really impatient. We might have some impulsive reactions. So make sure to think twice, to breathe deeply before you say or do something. In the most areas, we may face with some challenges because of those intense combinations. But the good news is that on the next day, on Thursday, on Christmas Eve, we have much softer energy. Mercury will have a quintile with Neptune. This aspect can really harmonize our communication, the way we express ourselves, literally the way we communicate with people around us. This aspect can bring more sensitivity, more compassion, more empathy. So overall, I think that especially with the previous day aspect, this one can calm things and can help us to have some nice holidays, celebrations, hopefully. The moon is in Taurus, which is great for enjoying a lovely meal, for enjoying the comfort of your home and family, and just maybe to slow down a little bit. The day can be beneficial for business. Well, I guess most of us won't be doing that, but who knows? For some financial decisions, and especially for communication. Creativity, spirituality are also some great areas. Then on Christmas, hopefully you will receive many gifts. And if not, don't worry. Just a moment because I cannot really see what's, it's the Mercury trine Uranus aspect. It's a little bit above than it should be, but anyway. Mercury trine Uranus can really help us to do something different, to be more excited, more inspired, to do something different, some really positive surprises. So maybe you will receive a wonderful gift or a wonderful idea will come to your mind. And overall, it's just great aspect for socializing, for communicating, for some excitement and some just interesting experiences. Venus also has an interesting aspect again with Uranus. So this adds more of an emotional excitement and potential surprises by the people you love or in relationships or with anything else that you are emotionally involved with. The moon is still in Taurus, so comfort and relaxation, enjoying a lovely meal, slowing down. So you don't need to rush, you don't need to hurry. Just take a moment to enjoy what you have and, of course, to be grateful for the good things that you have in your life. The day is beneficial for everything, basically. Business, relationships, communication, creativity, you name it. The day is great. So hopefully that's a pretty good indication for the upcoming year. Then on Saturday, the moon will be in Taurus until 6 p.m. and we'll have a trine with Pluto. This is an aspect that's also very positive for some commitments or for more focus on the things that we want to do. It's still this calming, relaxed, patient energy. And after 6 p.m., the moon will move to Gemini, which can bring more variety, more interesting ideas, more communication with other people. On top of that, around the evening, the moon will have a positive aspect with Jupiter and Saturn. Great time for socializing, for maybe setting up some new goals, or overall doing something that's both interesting and practical and meaningful. On Sunday, we have the other amazing aspect I told you about. The sun will trine Uranus. And this could be very exciting, bringing some new perspective, some desire for a change, of course, and the opportunity to see things from above, maybe to trust more the wisdom of the universe, whatever you want to call it, but to have this more positive expectations and attitudes towards the future. Think about the changes you want to make in your own life, with yourself, with your career, with anything practical, with money. And don't be afraid to plan something that you haven't done before. That's quite important. The sun also has another positive aspect. It's a creative aspect with Neptune, which can bring us some creative ideas, also more intuition, ability, and desire to help other people to be more compassionate, more empathic, and just to enjoy doing something nice for others and for ourselves as well. The moon is in Gemini, so communication, ideas, variety, all of that is on the table. So with that, my friends, we covered the most important events of the week. I want to remind you again, you can get the 2021 astrology calendar. January is completely free. Then if you want to, you may get the full version. We have an in-depth webinar, which you can watch as well, together with the calendar. Check the links below. Make sure to check also the Jupiter Saturn video. And of course, happy holidays to everyone. I'm sending you lots of positive energy. Let me know in the comments how you feel, what are you facing with, and what are you most excited about. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.